Truly an amazing, versatile and easy to grow houseplant, Chinese evergreen Aglaonema. If you are looking for beautiful, easy to care for houseplant, a Chinese evergreen may be the way to go. What I like about this plant is Aglaonema tolerates poor light conditions extremely well, comes in stunning rays of leaf colors and among the easiest houseplant that you can grow, perfect for beginners. I mean, just look at this variety, so stunning. Now let's discuss how to maintain a healthy and beautiful Chinese evergreen. First, let's understand their natural habitat. Aglaonema grow wild in the rainforest of Southeast Asia, in Thailand, Indonesia and Malaysia. The name Aglaonema means shiny threads. This is an amazingly versatile plant when it comes to light conditions. As I shared with you, Aglaonemas are from tropical rainforest area, which gives you clues on their care. These plants thrive perfectly happily in medium to low light areas in the home. If you have highly variegated colorful Aglaonemas, particularly pink or red, these varieties will need little more light than greener one in order to maintain their beautiful colors. The anthocyanin pigment in leaves give them red color. Remember, plant convert light into energy, so bit of bright indirect increase their color formation. So in simple language, the more variegation your Aglaonema has, the more light it needs. I keep my Aglaonemas in medium light in our living room, a few feet away from the window. Never keep this plant in direct sunlight, as the harsh rays can easily burn their delicate leaves. A couple of hours of morning sun or late afternoon sun is perfectly fine if you keep them outdoors. Be sure to turn your Aglaonema every week or two to encourage even growth. If you keep them in the same orientation for too long, all the leaves will bend towards the light, which is known as phototropism. Like this plant, I forgot to rotate this plant and now you can see result, all leaves are bending towards the light. The ideal temperature is anywhere between 21 to 29 degrees Celsius. They grow well. Just keep them away from any drafty windows. In simple language, if you are comfortable, your plant will be comfortable too. So normal room temperatures are just fine. My standard houseplant mix, which I use for most of my tropical plants, work beautifully for Aglaonemas. I mix equal part of garden soil, coco peat, compost and little bit of perlite. This mix provides nutrients and at the same time it is nice, balanced, well-draining soil mix that work great for most of the tropical plants. Fortunately, Aglaonemas are not so fussy about watering. They can tolerate little drought. They are pretty forgiving when it comes to being underwater. I follow the same watering rule you would for any other houseplant. I generally water once or twice a week. It depends on various factors such as room temperature, the type of soil mix that you are using, pot material and locations. So follow the finger test method. If soil stick to your finger, there is no need to water. If it is dry, then you need to water your plant. Always water your Aglaonema thoroughly. Make sure that you moisten all the soil. So circle that watering can all around the pot and keep watering until water comes out through the drainage holes. Aglaonema doesn't require any specific fertilizer. So you can feed them once a month by using any nitrogen rich fertilizer. I generally use seaweed solution for my all leafy tropicals. It is an organic, complete water-soluble fertilizer that contains all the micro and macro nutrients that plant needs to grow and thrive. With consistent use alongside good growing conditions, you will see a big difference in your plants. As I told you, aglaonemas are from warm and humid tropical rainforest areas, which means some humidity indoors would definitely benefit this plant. Especially during summers when temperature is high and air is dry, you need to maintain good humidity around the plant. I love misting my all leafy plants. They are not so fuzzy and pretty slow growing, so keep it in its nursery pot until you see any roots are emerging from the top or from bottom. When you do need to repot, select a 2 inches bigger pot than the older one. Obviously, drainage hole is essential to prevent root rot and keep your aglaonema healthy. Repotting brings me to the next point, which is propagation. There are few ways to propagate aglaonemas. The most common way to propagate is by root division. When your plant is growing vigorously and has multiple branches and shooting up some plant babies like this, at this point, simply take the plant out of the pot and carefully remove the pups from their mother and plant them in separate pot. Another method is stem cutting. Over time, plant can become leggy. Older plants will often have this issue like this plant. Fortunately, you can fix this by cutting off the leggy part and rooting it in water. New roots will emerge in 3 to 4 weeks. Once it develops a good root system, then plant it in soil. You can also put plant cutting directly in the soil. Aglaonema is quite hardy plant, but you might see few pest attack on it. The most common pests are mealybug and peperomioides. So keep the leaves clean and dust free. Use solution of neem oil and warm water that can do a lot to prevent all of these pests from settling in your aglaonema. Most other issues like root rot or yellowing of leaves arise when the plant is kept too moist, so avoid overwatering. Aglaonema is toxic to cats and dogs because it contains calcium oxalate. So if you have cats and dogs at home, keep this plant out of reach. I think when it comes to brilliant leaves, limited indoor plants offer as many options as aglaonema. Do you have aglaonema plant? Which variety is your favorite? Do let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Till then, take care and happy gardening.